Hey guys, Zach here, coming at you with another video. So this is my first video in a while that isn't about Luigi's Mansion or SpongeBob, so I'm actually kind of excited to be doing something else. It's actually kind of refreshing. But today we're obviously going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch and how it holds up in 2020. We're going to be talking about games, how I think they hold up compared to previous installments, and just overall just talking about the Switch as a whole. So, without any further ado guys, let's get started with today's video. So I actually got my Switch on launch day back in 2017 in March. I remember exactly how it went. I was actually doing some observations at a school, at my old middle school. I was doing some observations, and afterwards, that was the day the Switch came out. So I got it right after school. I did my unboxing video, and it was, awesome. And I played Breath of the Wild. I completed it. It was amazing. And yeah, ever since then, it's been a bumpy ride with the Switch. I feel like the Switch could be amazing. The Switch is great, don't get me wrong. I love my Nintendo Switch, I love a lot of the games that are on it, but there are so many things that Nintendo could do to make the Switch just so much better. I think one of the first main problems of the Switch is that I think it got rushed. I think it was rushed into production and rushed on the shelves because of the fact that obviously the Wii U was a huge failure. The Wii U did nothing for Nintendo. And then they were like, okay, we need to make another system. Let's make this Switch. But they can only develop it for so long because of the fact that the Wii U is on the shelves and they can't keep losing money with the Wii U. So they need to get this Switch out. So they released it, and obviously, as you guys know, horrible battery life. The Joy-Cons, they drift. My left Joy-Con does this without even needing to hit the button. Like, it's very poorly made, obviously. The Switch is not a system that is optimally built and, like, in amazing quality. It really isn't. In fact, my Switch has a problem where it overheats a lot. My Switch will get very, very warm if I play it for any kind of amount of time. And it's kind of unfortunate that that's the case. So I feel like if Nintendo just spent a little more time, like, tweaking the quality of the system, making it so that the Joy-Cons didn't drift or just sail right off your Switch, and making the battery life last longer, and just overall making those quality of life enhancements, I mean, it wouldn't have probably have affected the sales of the Switch at all, because the Switch is selling amazingly. Like, it probably wouldn't have boosted them or sunk them at all. But it would definitely give Nintendo a more credible name because, as you guys know, there's been a lot of heat on Nintendo's shoulders from these issues. I mean, the Joy-Con issue alone sparked a class action lawsuit. Like, that puts a little bit of a damper on Nintendo's name. Like, oh, they had a lawsuit because their controllers don't work. I mean, that's pretty bad. But regardless, if you're playing it like mostly on the TV, you won't have these issues. Obviously, if you're playing on the TV, chances are you probably have a Pro controller. And you don't have to really deal with drift on that. Battery life is insignificant on, the TV mode. And obviously, the Joy-Cons don't fly off if your, Switch is on the dock. So, really, those issues are mainly exclusive to handheld mode, which is kind of the appeal of the system, right? It's taking these home console experiences on the go with you in a snap by just removing the Switch from the dock. Like, that's the whole point of your system, and it's kind of a little bit faulty, and it's like, Another problem I feel like the Switch kind of has is, to me, it's so weird. The games that Nintendo releases for the Switch are so half and half on quality. Like, you have some games like these ones where you could definitely tell there was lots of hard work put into them. There was so much effort making sure that these games kind of stood on their own, and even with that, games like Splatoon just almost feel like a port to me of the original Splatoon. I don't really notice that much different. And even then, this game, Splatoon, has a lot of problems. The map rotation sucks. Having Salmon Run open at certain times only sucks. I just think that, it's a great game, but it has a lot of little problems. And that's a thing I have to say about a lot of Switch games, Luigi's Mansion included. But I'm not even going to really touch on Luigi's Mansion today because you guys already know how I feel about that. And then we have these two games. Both of these games aren't good in my opinion. Let's start with Mario Tennis. It controls great. It feels great to play, and that's great, but there's almost no charm to it. It's so bland. It's so basic. The courts are generic as hell. There's nothing really special about them. So yeah, while the character roster is decent and, the controls feel good and the game overall feels good, just having no charm to it, in my opinion, just leaves the game feeling sterile at the end of the day. I mean, just imagine if they replaced any of the courts that they had in this game with, let's say, the Haunted Mansion one was a Luigi's Mansion themed court, or the Jungle one was a Donkey Kong themed court, or maybe we had a Mario Odyssey themed court with New Donk City, so like we had a New Donk City themed court. Or just stuff like that would have made this game so much better than it is today. Like, I don't know, like, to me, I don't go back to this game because to me it's pretty lifeless when it comes to the courts. And the story mode, don't even get me started on the story mode. The story mode is pathetic. I don't like the story mode. I've played most of it, but I just stopped because I just did not care for it. They promised us this amazing story mode, the first one since Mario Tennis Power Tour, and that wasn't it. That was definitely not it. And Super Mario Party, this is an even bigger disappointment. The character roster is quite good, yes, but everything else about the game is just so, again, bland. I mean, look at the boards. There's only 4 of them to start off when there's usually 6. And usually people say, yeah, but quantity isn't much if you don't have quality. Well, those boards aren't exactly quality either. They're small, they're generic, they're lifeless, there's no happening spaces, so the boards just feel lifeless at the end of the day. And the game is just overall not good. And for the first Mario Party with online functionality, I expected a little bit more than 10 select mini-games to play. You know, you really expect more from this in 2018 when the game was released. So yeah, definitely not a great one. And is it bad that the best-selling game on the Nintendo Switch is a Wii U port? And speaking of Wii U ports, there's a lot of them. And you know, having Wii U ports is not a bad thing. You know, the Wii U did not sell well, so bring them to the Switch. Fair enough. But why charge $60 for these ports? I swear, every single remaster, remake, port, or at least most of them coming to the Switch are $40. Some of them being $60, but to be fair, those are bigger games. Sure, they're on other consoles, but the game's just bigger and probably more of a hassle to port to the Switch overall. But then you have Mario Kart, and it's like, how is this that hard to port to the Switch? And I get it, though, this does have quite a bit of added content. You know, with new characters, we got a proper battle mode this time around, so great. But some of the other ports, it's like, what do they really add? New Super Mario Bros. U. Sure, you got the Luigi DLC, but that's not new content. They had a bundle with that at one point, so what's really new? Nabbit and Toadette? Actually, was Toadette playable? Yeah, she was. It's like Nabbit and Toadette, like, are they the selling point of that game for $60? New Super Mario Bros.? Like, really? And then you have games like Kirby and Yoshi that are $60 titles, but they really don't have much beef to them. There's not much content there, no reason for you to go back. There's just not much there, like 5 hours of gameplay, like, it's really not that amazing. Like, I don't know, I wouldn't want to spend $60 on that. And then you have games like these two, Mario Maker 2 and Smash Bros. Ultimate. Well, while they definitely are their own games on their own, to me, these two games don't feel like much beyond what their Wii U counterparts were. I mean, Ultimate definitely added a lot of stuff, a lot of new characters, a few new maps. You know, it definitely is the ultimate Smash Brothers. But visually and everything, it does just kind of remind me of Smash Brothers for Wii U. Though, this definitely is worth its value in all the new content that it adds. Mario Maker 2, on the other hand, I mean, there's definitely some new stuff there, with the new theme being Mario 3D World. But other than that, it just does feel very samey to the original Mario Maker, and I think that's why it didn't do as well as it could have. They didn't add enough new there to make it fascinating, because it just felt like what Mario Maker 1 was, you know, and people had moved on from it at this point. It just isn't as popular anymore. It's just not a big deal to people. And it's unfortunate, because Mario Maker is great. Having people make Mario stages and share them around, like, it's great. But now that it's not a unique concept, if you're not going to do anything new and innovating with it, it's not going to do well. You know why the Nintendo GameCube is my favorite system of all time? Because of the many new unique IPs that it started. Luigi's Mansion, Pikmin, Chibi Robo. There are so many new and unique IPs that started on the GameCube that just make it such a notable system to me and a lot of other people. And so far, the Switch has 1-2 Switch and ARMS. Those are the two new IPs. Oh, and I guess Ninjala counts, but that game isn't out yet, so I can't really say too much on that. Though, what I have seen about it is that people have not really even been able to play it on its demo because of the unstable servers. So anyways, I'm going to go back to the servers thing in a little bit, but... So, I mean, I consider ARMS underwhelming. I know quite a few people like it, but I did not like it at all. And then you have 1-2 Switch, which is an abomination. And then you have this game. Mario & Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Oh look, a new idea. Not made by Nintendo. Like, this is Ubisoft. And it's like, I don't know, like, it's great. I love the fact that there's something new on here. This is great. I haven't even played this game yet. But I love it because of the fact that it's something new and unique that's different. And I like that. But there should be more of that on this system. You should be really experimenting on this system, trying new things, going down different avenues. And like I said, I get it. They have Ninjala, they have ARMS. But ARMS kind of flopped in my opinion, and 1-2 Switch, what even is that? Like, I don't know. Going back to the servers thing I mentioned earlier, Nintendo, it is 2020. How do you not understand how online gaming works? It has been done since the original Xbox back in like 2005 or whatever, 2004. Like, come on, it's common sense at this point. Firstly, there was that article that released not too long ago saying that Nintendo doesn't want to do usernames because they find it inconvenient. What I find inconvenient is having to remember a 12-digit number to tell people. I barely remember my own phone number, and that's like 9 digits, let alone 12. Secondly, if you just give people numbers, it takes away any sense of personality from your account. Sure, you have your name, but you can't search someone up by their name. You have to search them up by a number. Everyone's just categorized by a number, and it just makes the experience feel very... I don't even know the word. Like, you just feel like a prisoner with, like, a number attached to you. And you have to remember you're being called by your number. Hey, 4213, you're up. And the fact that you have to use a voice chat app on your phone to talk to your friends is beyond stupid. Remember that thing, that Splatoon 2 dongle that was announced for the Switch, and Nintendo were like, oh, this is such a great idea? I'm sorry, look, I'm fine with using wired headphones. Everyone's like, oh, we gotta use wireless headphones to enjoy it. But no, I'm fine with wired headphones. But that, I don't enjoy. Like, what's the whole point of that? Like, it looks so stupid. Why would I want wires dangling from my face? Like, it's one thing to have your headphones in, whatever. But to have a wire dangling from your face attached to another thing that's plugged into another thing, like, that's so stupid. Have native voice chat on the Switch, and games have done it. It is possible to have native voice chat on the Switch, but Nintendo doesn't want to do that for whatever reason. And the worst part of it is, they're charging us now for it. It's one thing back when it was free. Like, you're not paying for this, you know, you're not paying to have to struggle with online gaming. But now we're paying for something that doesn't work half the time. The amount of times I've been disconnected from Splatoon 2 when playing with my friends for no apparent reason. Like, back when I was in a place with good internet, like how? Like, why is it even a thing? Why am I having these disconnect issues? And I get it, it's $20 a year, you know, it's not the $60 a year that, like, Microsoft and Sony do. But at the end of the day, I'm still paying for a service. I'm paying for the service to be good, but it's not. And I feel like people are going to say it's supposed to be worth it because of the NES and SNES games. But at the same time, when was the last time we got SNES games? Like, they're not adding new games. It's not like there's something every month like Xbox Live and PSN. And with Xbox Live and PSN, you own the games at that point. They give you free games and you own them. Add some benefits, some true benefits. I remember, like, one of their special offers was buy 2 games and you save like $10. Like, great. So instead of spending, what would it be, $120? Instead of spending $120, I spent $110. Woo! Like, yay, thank you for that great special offer. Like, it's so stupid. It is so stupid, and Nintendo just really needs to get with the times on all of this. Overall, the Nintendo Switch is great. It really is. But boy, the Nintendo Switch has a lot of problems, and if Nintendo really want to stay on top of success with the Switch, they really need to address these problems. Fix your online. Make your home screen customizable, for God's sake. Give us themes. Allow us to arrange the screen. So it's not just a single line of games. Have it be like the Wii U or the 3DS, where it's like a grid. Or even the Wii, where it's like a grid, where you can more easily see all your games, rather than having to scroll through to get to that grid. Like, so many quality of life improvements you can make, Nintendo, and you gotta do it. You just gotta do it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments down below what you guys think. And yeah, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Click the little notification bell so that you're notified of when I upload a video. And also check out the merch store. There's some cool ZakPak merch up on there. So, thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.